So I'm riding on the train and I think, wouldn't this ride be a whole lot more entertaining if I was to dance between the cars? What a selfie. I'll post it on YouTube and TikTok. And then Caroline Levitt or Kristi Noem or maybe Pam Bondi with her cool blonde hair and legal talk will write me into a speech about people who have benefited from the President's Council to make America cool again, and they'll hire me for the team and I can drop the job search, which has gotten pretty boring since being laid off 10 years ago, taking early Social Security and then having it cut. So even though it's rush hour and the subway's like sardines, I push to the end of the car. A couple of guys in suits give me looks like, am I trying to rob them? But I just shoot them the watch out, I'm a graduate of the Donald J. Trump School of Fighting finger and say, I'm leaning in like Facebook's Sheryl Sanders and grabbing my place between the cars, whether it's my turn or not, so I can take my rightful place on the Trump team. You're what? Says a woman who looks old enough to be my mother. All right, my sister. She says, sweetheart, that's a good way to kill. Old school, I say, giving her a friendly wave. She can't help it if she's stayed in the Ice Age and I've adapted. Miss, says an old guy with a tool case standing in front of her, you really don't want to. Don't mess with me, mister, I say, yanking on the sliding door. After I go viral, to which I will, because it's been deemed the evolutionary movement of which I'm a part, will you ever be angry? Obfuscation, mumbles the old guy to the old woman as he moves towards me. They do that when they want to seem smart. Excuse me. Yeah, right, I scoff. I'm going to be your friggin' boss. And that's when all hell breaks loose. As I slip out the door, the old guy tries to subdue my between-car dancing passion by grabbing me around the waist, but I simply stamp his instep while jabbing him with my elbow, just like I learned to do in my Trump fight classes, and before you know, I'm on the landing with the door shut and about 100 guys shouting at me from the other side of the glass. This is my moment. I raise my hand for them to pay attention, and with the other hand, I whip out my phone and start filming. First, I aim it at the old woman who's smooshed against the door trying to get it open against the 100 guys who have fallen against her. But then I put the camera between my knees and do this sexy wiggle thing, leaning my butt over the train's connecting thingy, which is a little hairy since we're going about 1,000,000 miles an hour. Oh, this is so good, I mouth, making my lips all pouty like Kristi Noem. Screw waiting in line. I'll be all over the news and the entertainment gossip shows before this thing streams. Hell, the president himself will call after this ahead of the curve daredevil act and offer me a cabinet position. That's what I'm thinking when the train screeches and halts, throwing me down on the tracks, which is where I break my legs and neck and how I end up in this sorry-ass body cast. The doctors say if I hadn't fought the conductor by leaning in on the third rail and trying to walk, I might not have become a paraplegic. But you know, we're a new breed, we influencer Republican female gladiators. We take what's ours. We separate ourselves from the pack, and we're not afraid to fight.